got that.
Smells amazing.
C'est assez original, mais par contre, ça c'est très bien. Je savais pas que c'était là-dedans, je pense que ça avait un peu arrivé, c'est pas grave. sorry.
Alors.
That's not real, is it? Mum, that's not real, is it? It's very real to me.
I don't want to read
Are you sure?
She's going through it.
Hello. It's out of interest. I saw downstairs they were talking about the there's like a daisy wheel for like siding protection above one of the things. You said there's like 250 of them round.
Yeah.
Are they easily visible or?
There's quite a few in this in the next room.
That kind of thing always fascinates me with the like the folklore of the areas.
Yeah. So these are obvious ones. People used to think they were accidental marks, but they're not. It actually takes hours to make those marks in oak.
What do they think they'd be for, or just?
They're commonly referred to as protection marks. They're often by the side of areas of ingress in areas of weakness of the building. So the idea is that it stops evil spirits getting in. If you look up there, can you see the hatch?
Oh, the hatch there, yeah.
That's another protection mark. And by the doorway here, there's one. It's very hard to make out.
A sort of swirl here.
Yeah, it's a series of concentric circles.
Amazing.
Yeah. It's interesting about protection marks because up until 20 years ago, a guide like me would have probably been saying, well, they're all accidental marks. But in recent times, they've discovered that protection marks are in buildings of this era all over the country. So it was definitely something that was very common to do, and it was very deliberate.
Do you think they change from like area to area? Because I know in like some areas you've got protection marks because it was handed down from mother to daughter, so to speak. Or is it just, do you see quite commonalities, you think, or?
I honestly don't know. I think I suspect that a lot of the protection marks across the country are similar in design. I think one of my colleagues said that there was his theory, and I think it is just his theory, is that because we're talking about the Tudor period and the Reformation and the changes of religion and what you were meant to, all the traditions around religion, the common man was perhaps sort of wondering what he could believe, and so protection marks were their way of protecting against evil spirits, and sort of blaming it all on the fluctuations in the church. But,
interesting, yeah. So I saw a lot of ones over in Benthall Hall, over near Telford.
Okay.
Because that was a secret sort of Catholic stronghold, where so they had little secret Catholic signs, because obviously during the some of the Tudor periods when they weren't particularly fond of them.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. Well, the Mortons weren't Catholics.
Oh, amazing. No, that's great. Thank you very much.
We've also got other marks in the woodwork which I find even more interesting, which is the marks that were made when they were prefabricating the structure of the building.
Oh, where they join up?
Yeah, where they join up. So there's the Carpenters marks that are, nearly 500 years old. Yeah.
So yeah, you see where they've sort of like the two and the V, which were kind of. So they knew which bits went where when they actually made the house. I love stuff like that. Just those little bits of how put it together. When was it built?
It took about 100 years to build the house. The oldest part of the house, which is over there, is 1500. And this part of the building is built in 1560. So there's 3 generations of the same family.
That's a fair bit old, yeah.
They all kept adding bits on. But it took about 100 years to complete the whole house.
Well, still in remarkable condition for its age.
Yeah.
Considering most of the place I go to, anything over 1700s is for ruin at the moment. Bottom of the place.
It's a little bit different as well because the house stood, the Mortons didn't have a very good civil war, and they started to rent out the house to tenant farmers. So for a few hundred years, this was tenanted. The tenant farmers only lived in the north wing, and nobody was doing very much to the place. So unusually for a Tudor house, you actually see the Tudor inside as well as the
What's
Tudor
she like on
outside.
the curvy stairs? She's going to go crazy because she's seen them.
Well, thank you very much for that. That's fantastic. I'm going to get some pictures of those.
No.
Tudor toilet.
Tudor toilet? Ah.
Yeah, it's the moat.
Sorry. Into the moat. Can you see the flame? Oh, yeah. Can you actually see the moat?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Well, the water.
Straight into the water.
Perfect, yeah.
Straight into the water.
That's fine, yeah. Just
Yeah.
yeah. That's
Fine.
really hygienic.
Is it hygienic?
Better than the book, you know, just slosh it up.
Just going to lock the door, yeah. Give me a second.
No.
Right. Where we going now? We're going to have a look in here.
She goes to restaurants to get a blessing.
There you are, it's the toilet. Are you happy now? Alright. Have a look at the toilet, Dad.
Oh, is it nice?
Come on, you gotta go in there. No.
No, the door, what?
Come on. Down. This way. No, this way. Come on. This way.
Down.
Down. Come. Where are you going?
Getting there.
No, you're not going that way.
She's only 6 months old.
Come on.
Just do it all. Yeah.
Thank you.
The lovely glass.
I haven't looked for it. Are there any more of the like protection marks around here?
Not up here for some strange reason.
Interesting. I noticed the Star of
We do
David.
have that. Now, everyone calls it the Star of David when they come up here.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing we know it's not.
Oh, okay.
It's not a Star of David because of the way it interlocks.
Ah, okay.
So we don't know exactly what it is or
Interesting.
why it's there. But what we do have is like 3 theories. And what we do is we explain the theories to visitors.
Okay.
And then you can pick one, or you can say I'm talking a load of rubbish and make your own up. The first one, as you say, there's no protection marks up here. We don't know why.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah, considering they are so prevalent all over the hall. I mean, we've got the best part is 300 burn marks,
Oh, yes.
but
that's
nothing up here.
odd. Yeah, okay.
So it could be that that is a charm.
What was that just an extension to the long gallery? Or?
Yes, that was the gallery chamber.
Okay.
And what it is basically, when you go in, there's a fireplace in there. So you can imagine you're exercising in here, and in there you can go and relax and warm.
Get yourself back up. Okay.
Yeah. So it could be that that is a charm. Now it could be that protects you against evil, or it could be that it protects you against fire, which is again is another thing that they would be really
Concerned
preoccupied
about.
about.
Especially with the fireplace being in there and everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And so many fireplaces being around, as you notice when you walk around.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Yeah. So that's the first theory. I say we don't know. So the second one is, are you local at all?
I'm from Stafford.
Not too far then. Have you heard of Nantwich?
Yes.
Right. And Nantwich, have you ever been?
Yes.
Okay, well you know that there's loads of Tudor buildings there still, and it's really impressive in the centre. Church's Mansion is a restaurant today,
Okay.
which dates back to about this age. But when you go in through the entrance to Church's Mansion, you look at the ceiling, there's a number of those,
Okay.
and they say that they're decorative.
Okay.
So that's your second theory.
Could
that
just
it's
be
just purely decorative.
just
they
looks
liked
pretty.
it, Yeah. Also, it's not part of the structure of the room. It just sits on it, and there's nothing behind it.
Okay.
So it's just been literally plonked on the top of the door there. We don't know when it was put there. So that would sort of say that they just liked it, so they just put it there. It's just pure decoration.
And if it's an entertaining room for entertaining, that
If it's
could be
an
just make it
exercise room, yeah.
Yeah.
Could be. So that's your second one. The third one is it could be a Masonic symbol.
Ah, okay.
Now we don't mean Freemasons, we mean stonemasons.
Yes.
But then if it is for stonemasons, why is it in wood?
Good point.
Good point, we don't know. But I've heard it described as a hex alpha. Now, but the trust has not been able to prove that one way or the other.
Oh. You see, I like the fact that there's still some little mysteries in these
There are,
places. Yes.
yeah, because we've got no records. So we've had to make educated guesses as to how things have been done.
So, as I come from, do you know Shugborough?
I've been to Cheshire.
Because there's the Shepherd's one. One of my favourite things there is the Shepherd's Monument, which has the cipher, which they've never been able to decipher what it
Yeah,
means, and it's
yeah.
just, I love that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Potentially, probably just a ode to his wife, but on the other
Yeah.
hand, could be something more. And same here,
It's the same with
could
that.
be pretty, could just be there.
Yeah.
Could just be there because I like it.
So
or
those
could-
are our 3 theories anyway. So, as you say, you pick one, or you say I'm talking a load of rubbish,
I'm
and you
gonna-
make another one.
I'm going to stick with the protection one because that's the one that excites me the
That's,
most. But
if I had to put money on it, that would be mine.
it's because of how much there are, like I said, around the rest of them. It's odd that there's no more up here.
It's,
If there's
it's odd that there's nothing up here.
it kind of adds to
Yeah.
it. And I think it's the most exciting one, so I
Yeah,
think that
it is. It is. Yeah, it lends itself to the way that they were, and although they were incredibly religious people, they were incredibly superstitious as well. So it does lend it to that.
Well, it was the whole sort of dissolution of monasteries time, wasn't it? Sort
Yes,
of
it
around that.
was. Yeah, the Reformation. Yeah.
So a lot of that was still people not quite sure what they were doing with things.
They were, yeah. I mean, we were lucky here because Cheshire at that time was a bit of a backwater. But the Moreton family did what sensible people did at that time, and they did whatever the king or the queen at the time said. And of course, we did swap and change a few times during the 16th century.
Sensible.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much for that.
Not a
You have a good, lovely day.
Yeah, you too.
long, you'll like upstairs. The long gallery.
Oh. I'll make some space this way if you want to come up.
Oh, thank you.
Go that way.
Thank you.
No problem.
I wouldn't go that way.
Sorry. Hello.
Want to give him a bit of